When you point down to the ground and the other guy sort of it does end up engaging in the clinch, is part of you disappointed because they negate the moment, or do you think, well, I get it, I just landed about 5 punches on you?
No, it happens. It happens, I land a couple good shots. I mean, me and him was hitting each other with some great shots, you know what I mean? And I was just glad I got to get the better of him. I'm glad I didn't clinch, but the shoe's on the other foot, who knows? Maybe I would have clinched, but at the end of the day, I just happy he obliged, and I got to get the best of him.
Oh! Dustin drops Max! He jumps for the guillotine! He has a guillotine! There's 9 seconds left! Oh my God, he's going to the Darce. Oh my God. Oh God, Max is hurt. 2 seconds left, 1 second left. End of round 2. This is goddamn BMF fight if I've ever seen it. Holy shit, that arena is probably so Lil Wayne loud. Max is hurt, fellas. Holy shit. Wow. 15 seconds left. This is the most anticipated 10 seconds of a fight ever. He points. Oh God. Time. Holy. Max Holloway beats Dustin Poirier in the retirement fight. Wow. I'm so glad neither of them got knocked out. That was a perfect way to end it. I mean, obviously for Dustin, you want to get the win there, but God, that was such a sick fight.
Incredible performance from Max. Again, not many people can come back from losses, let alone knockout losses, in a BMF fight, be up again and still point to the ground and say, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, he really is a BMF. That's like, I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't do that. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll be like, yeah, okay, and then I'll just pick my shot where it is. You come here, I'm gonna be a little strategic, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I've always been and always will be, and I'm proud of that. What do I think's next? Who else? I mean, you got, oh wait, is it gonna be Paddy Pimblett? Well, I mean, Max, I know he just fought him, but now it's in lightweight where they both sort of want to be. You got to think of who Max beat lightweight. You got to go off their lightweight fights, right? Max has beat Justin Gaethje, who I think is #1 contender, and Poirier, who's just fought for the title. So he's literally beat the two top guys, main guys that you need to beat to usually get the title shot. That's his only fights in lightweight. Well, his tear right now, his streak, and against the two top guys. You'd say he would be next. You would think so, right? Or your Arman. Obviously, Arman was there. I don't know what's the deal with that. Obviously, Arman Sarukian's probably meant to be the guy. Paddy Pimblett. They did the face-off. Yeah, they did the face-off. There's a bit of bad blood. I don't know if that's happening. I don't know if that's locked in. But if it is, all right, so be it. But I mean, with Max's next fight could probably be for the title. I think that would be fair.
The Ilia Topuria rematch is something like you might want, right? La revancha con Ilia Topuria es algo que quieres.
For sure. For do what he did to me, the first man to do it, of course I want revenge.
Just more on Dustin, like he's someone that surely will be in the UFC Hall of Fame at some point down the line, right?
Yeah, listen, this is a kid that, I mean, you look at his last 11 fights and who he's fought, and, always comes to fight, good guy to deal with, and yeah, he could be.
And I know you said, like, if you think you should walk away, you should, but can you respect at least, like, his reasoning, too, as well, that he's saying, he doesn't want to be one of those guys where the sport retires him, and he wants to be able to, like, attend his daughter's wedding, all these sorts of things later in life?
I don't ever question when a guy says he wants to retire. Other than, I think Khabib and Cormier are the two guys that I've ever said, I don't know if, it's time, but, yeah, that's totally up to him. This is a rough sport. He fought a rough fight tonight, and, yeah, I mean, the way tonight went, retiring seems like the right thing to do.
Yeah. Did you score it the same way as the judges? When he walked past press row, he said to me that he thought it was closer than they had.
Who did?
Dustin.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did. I did too. I just said it when I started press conference, I thought going into the last round it was a lot closer than they had it.
Was it the loss to Israel that made you lose confidence, or was it just a few performances that in a row?
After I don't count that losses to Adesanya because I don't want to take credit for him, but man, I was no sleep, was Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi is crazy because when we make weight on Friday morning, the fight was like Saturday morning. Saturday is 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So didn't give him time back. It was horrible to me. I need to, everybody knows about the wine stuff. I was pretty much drunk. So I don't count that. But after that, Vettori, I think was not very fair, the result. Then I won Luke, yes. And had two losses to Whitaker and Strickland. These two hurt me, because I was there. I could perform better, but my game plan, my strategy was not good. I was bouncing and counter instead go forward. And the coaches over here, these three coaches, Johnny, Badola, Neto, these guys changed my mentality, my game plan. They say, Paulo, no, you are the hunter, you are the bully. You need to go forward, pressure, put your hands and kicks. They are so strong, maybe the most strong in the whole division. So let's use that, and here I am.
Do you expect the logistics to be more intense than the Sphere was, or do you think it's going to be easier than?
No. Not the Spheres. Listen, there's been one person that's done the Sphere, right? I thought after we did it, people would be running to the Sphere to do it. The Sphere is very challenging and very expensive. The difference with the White House is that I don't think they've ever had anything very heavy out on the lawn, and the octagon alone weighs 20,000 pounds. So,
you don't think the outdoor is going to be harder to deal with than?
Oh, it will be, in its own ways, but not harder than the Sphere. Sphere is very unique and very challenging.
Jon Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong.
Fair enough.
Yeah, especially the White House card.
Jon Jones tweeted, "I heard the comments made at last night's press conference. While I was a little disappointed, I'm still in the UFC's drug testing pool, staying sharp, and continuing to train like a professional. I'll be ready for whatever comes next." In a recent interview, I shared that the opportunity to fight at the White House gave me something deeper to fight for, a why that goes beyond paychecks or belts. Fighting for my country gives me a greater purpose. The silver lining in all this is knowing the fans see my heart. They see I am ready and willing to take on anyone to represent my country on a historic stage. For me, it's never been just about the opponent. I'm chasing legacy, something timeless, something bigger than the moment. So for now, I'll keep grinding, stay patient, and stay faithful. I'm ready to fight on July 4th.